everyone, it's Jesse with One Mission Outdoors. Welcome to episode 6 of Breaking Brush. Today what we're going to do is go to our final and last spot. So our spot number 4 is what we're going to go investigate today. This episode of Breaking Brush, we're going to go ahead and check in to our Fort Cavazos iSportsman page. Check in and out. I'm going to go ahead and log in. All right, so once you go ahead and log in, you can check in. I'm just doing general recreation. And then you're going to find the area that you want to check into. These are all the open areas. For this, I'm going to go ahead and go to 71. Now, I haven't checked in quite yet. Got to scroll all the way down. And if you want to check into more than one, you can. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. There's no more participants with me today, and I have to check out by 10 o'clock tonight. There's no midnight anymore. 10 o'clock. Set your alarms to go off at 9:45 at night. Make sure you're checked out. Alright, so here's the last page. I'm going to do general recreation in 3 areas today. And then I'm going to check out all at once when I get to the checkout. I'm all checked in. Let's go. Gotta mark that. So the object of today is we're actually going to the 4th spot that I'm going to select according to what I've done on an aerial recon, which is just looking on a map over and over until you find where you feel like animals are going to either travel through or go to. This particular spot, it sits on a bench on the side of a hill, at least a couple of the spots that I'm going to go to. The biggest thing is I need to know if there's climbable trees to either saddle hunt in, or there's good spots to set up a ground blind or something. It absolutely never hurts to recon your area either. Doing route recon is pretty critical, especially during the day, so you actually know what type of obstacles you're gonna encounter at night. I have never deer hunted this area before, so this is gonna be a new one. Our first stop today, I'm gonna check out this little spot right here. And because I saw a whole bunch of trails coming in and out of this little spot, so if the wind, here's the northern, so my scent would probably be blowing that way, which is away from this travel. Please don't do anything dumb. I know what I'm doing. I've been doing this for a long time. I've driven in combat, driven a lot of various different vehicles, so please, if you're going to drive around in these areas, make sure you have some type of 4-wheel drive and make sure you have a backup plan. Once you get to your location, you want to take your vehicle pass and go ahead and put it on your dash. So we're just going to walk ahead. I don't really want to drive any further than where my vehicle is right now. So we're going to go on foot and see what we can find. So there's this trail here. And this is a very climbable white oak tree right here. There's a creek down there. Pretty interesting looking setup. I'm going to mark that on the map. I'm looking for sign, but minus this little funnel here, Saw a couple scrapes over there. Found some droppings. I mean, that's about it. Alright, so I just walked around. I think this spot's a no-go. Haven't really found anything significant about this little travel corridor. Not saying they ain't using a whole lot, but for me, I don't think it's very beneficial. Hey y'all, if y'all like this camouflage in this little short segment, this is called Owl. You can find this on our website. This is our ultralight fabric made for early bow season. Really breathable, and as you saw, it blends in very well. Again, it's called Owl, O-U-U-L, Owl camo pattern. Our next stop on this glorious adventure is going to be this little spot here. I'm just going to go see if there's some climbable trees. There's a lot of trail intersection right here, as you can tell, so that's why I'm going to go out there and look at it. I know my truck's running, but there's a creek right here. Looks like it's fed from a natural spring, which is good. And then obviously we have this game trail. Huge oak tree over here, and then looks like they just travel back and forth using this trail. I think there's another trail off to the left. So there's like a high point over here where I could glass, and come gun season, if I don't have anything down, maybe I can put something down when I'm up there. It's only like this one oak tree here. I don't be pretty difficult to get in. The trunk is pretty big, pretty wild up there. So I don't know if this place is a good saddle hunting spot. Yeah, so not very many trees to climb out here. So that spot was a no-go. Let's keep moving. Okay, so I put in some work. I put in a good couple miles, I think, maybe a mile, I don't know. But essentially I just leapfrog from spot to spot based off of the terrain analysis that I've done. And this is the spot that I'm going to settle on. So this is a small little opening underneath this canopy here. Heck, I mean, I could put a small little feeder right here. And then there's this tree. I can probably get up here. And then probably this is the primary one, because I can get up there pretty high. And I'll be able to see there's a, it's like a field edge here. And then you got this creek. It runs this way. It's not, there's no water in it. But the biggest thing is like this trail runs right along through here. There's a lot of acorns on the ground. So that is why I did what I did today. And I've gotten blown out, so that's even better, right? Found a couple rubs, nothing too extravagant, but lots of sign. If you are interested in this pattern is called CNOP V2. This is our version 2. There is a darker version out there called CNOP V1. It's called Canopy, but we just abbreviate it. So this is CNOP V2. Dang, freaking hackberry. So ultimately, I really feel like this place is going to be really cool. I just got to hope that it's open. Again, this is going to be the tree of destiny for spot number 4. So if you're new to saddle hunting, this tree leans this way. So you're going to be kicked out at this kind of angle here. So you just have to remember that. I'll be probably this way facing just because of the lean. See what I mean? I mean, it should be pretty good though. Easy to climb. Really excited to try the C-Nop, especially the V1 that we made. It's a little darker, like I said. This one was developed for a guy in Bryan, Texas. He wanted something a little bit lighter and greener. And I had only made something a little bit darker to go with the skylight. So consider this. It only gets better from here. I mean, this is mainly just like to see what these patterns can do out in the woods. Please support us. Let me know in the comments what you like about it, what you don't. If you buy some, you know, I can only go and get better fabrics. So veteran owned and operated. We're here to rock and roll. Let's do it. Okay, so we are done for the day. I have found my 4th spot, which is my emergency spot out of the paste plan. So we have primary, alternate, contingency, and emergency. And this is my 4th spot that I have chosen. None of these spots are in the same place, but I chose this spot because there's a trail network that runs right through here, and there's a water source. Looks like some type of fresh spring or something. There's water that runs down this way, and then there's a network of trails that run along this dried up creek bed. I can access this spot pretty easily. The only part is that it's really open over here, so if I access, which is going to be from this side, I can also access this way too, so I'm not really too concerned about it. I did find that there's a lot of deer sign along this old vehicle trail, I guess. So my plan is I'm going to set up a little bait spot along the edge of this field, which will hopefully give me a pretty decent spot to shoot from and to see from, which there's a pretty good tree in there. Something else I considered when actually setting this little spot up or looking at it is that if the wind, here's our wind indicator, if our wind is blowing this way, my little bait spot here is going to be out of the way for me, because my scent will be going out that way down the creek. Typically the wind generally comes from northwest, which is fine because my scent will basically just follow this creek. There's not really much bedding, but there's a lot of acorns up north. One last terrain characteristics that I took into consideration is that this is actually a hillside, so really it's sort of driving them through this funnel this way, and I hope they come to these water sources along this creek using this path. Let's go ahead and check out. So I'm going to go back to my account, log back in, check in and out. I'm going to check out. There you go. Confirm checkout. And now I am officially checked out. It has a checkout confirmation number as well. The last thing I do is I'll just make sure I log out. Stay tuned. One of these spots has to perform, and we'll just see which one it is. Make it a mission.